You know you want to know what I've been up to this month and what I've got planned for February, so here we go, guys. Welcome back, Boat Dragons. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I'm so excited to share my monthly update with you. You know the drill. This is where we talk about books and shows and all the good things that I've been up to in January and what I've got planned for February. So we're going to get right down to it. Now make sure that you stay till the end of the video, because I am going to be sharing an update on the Discord channel. That's very important, so don't go anywhere. And if you want to find a link to the Discord as well as links to any place else you can find me, scan this QR code up here or find the link in my description, okay? So that's all the housekeeping stuff out of the way. Let's go ahead and get to the meat of the video. I had a really great month in January. I set a goal for the month of 4 books and I definitely completed that. And I had also planned to start working on the edits for my new book, which is coming out this year. And I did get some of that accomplished, so I'm super happy about that. Let's go ahead and talk about the books that I read in January. And I'm going to start with American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. This was my first ever 1-star rating on Goodreads. If you want to hear more thoughts from me on it, you can check out my recent book review blast that I did on the channel. I'll try and link that in the cards at the end of the video so you can check that out. And that's all I'm going to say about American Psycho. I also read The World We Make by N.K. Jemisin. This is the second and final book in the Great Cities duology. Guys, I absolutely loved this book. It was so good. The first one was good. I had a feeling this one would be good. N.K. Jemisin has yet to do me wrong. I have not read anything of hers that I have disliked. So, I highly recommend that you check out the Great Cities duology, especially if you like urban fantasy set in New York City. I thought it was just a really cool premise where all the boroughs of New York City have their own avatars that protect the city from crazy Lovecraftian monsters, and it's just great. It's so great. So if you love Lovecraft, you like urban fantasy, you definitely need to check it out. I also read Sibylla Byrne. This is the 4th book in the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey. I just loved it, guys. It was so good, and I am one of those people that came to the book series after watching the first 5 seasons of the show. I'm just constantly impressed with how well they adapted it for television, and I'm just loving the series. And then I read the second book in Mistborn Era 2, and that is Shadows of Self. This is the second Mistborn series written by Brandon Sanderson. It was so good, guys. I just absolutely loved the second book. I can't wait to continue on with the series. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have to knuckle down and finish Mistborn Era 2 this year. And then even though I did do a lot of editing on my book, I ended up deciding to read a 5th book for the month. And that is Endymion. This is the 3rd book in the Hyperion Cantos by Dan Simmons. And I did finish the book, and I absolutely loved the book. It was so good, guys. I love the Hyperion world. It's so great. If this is any indication of what Dan Simmons is like as a writer, I am very much looking forward to reading some of his other works, like his horror stuff and his Greek myth retellings. And I'm there, guys. I'm really enjoying Dan Simmons. So once I finish this saga, we will see how I feel. But as of right now, I'm really liking it. So let's go ahead and look at what I'm going to be reading in February. I am going to be reading The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. This is the first Hercule Poirot novel, and I'm really, really excited to read this, and I'm going to be buddy reading that with my friend Mona Lisa over at Mona Lisa Reads. make sure you check out her channel. She's really awesome, and she loves Agatha Christie just like I do. So I'm just really excited to read more Agatha Christie. And speaking of buddy reads, I am going to be starting the Tawny Man trilogy by Robin Hobb. That's right, guys. I'm starting the Tawny Man trilogy, and I can't wait. I'm going to be reading Fool's Errand in February. That's the first book in the Tawny Man trilogy, and I will be buddy reading that with Danielle over at Bookara. She and I have been reading through The Realm of the Elderlings together, and I'm just so excited, and I know she's so excited, so we're both excited together, and it's oh so good. I can't wait to see where this next trilogy goes, especially because a large part of it is going to be following the Fool, and the Fool is one of my favorite characters, so I can't wait to read it. Another book I am going to be reading in February is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is the second book in the Arc of a Scythe trilogy, and I loved Scythe. It was my favorite book of 2023, and I can't not continue in the series. I have to continue it, guys. So I ordered a box set of the books off of Pango Books, and I used some of my Pango bucks to buy it. So I only paid like $1.80 for the entire trilogy with shipping and everything. And I knew I had to have the books and read them, and I can't wait to see where the series goes. All right. I'm also going to read my patron pick for this quarter, which is The Wizard of Pigeons by Megan Lindholm, who you may know is another pen name of Robin Hobb. And I'm just really excited about this. The person who won my patron pick for the month chose this one for me, and I went and looked it up, and it sounded really good. I don't know a whole lot about it, other than it's an urban fantasy featuring a person who takes care of pigeons, and they find out that they are a wizard. And that's all I know of it, and I'm really excited to get to it. It's a really short book, so I'll probably be able to knock it out really quickly. And that's a good thing, because I need to have room for whatever book I pull out of my Stein of Power. And now it is time to pull whatever book that is out of the Stein of Power. Alright, so here we go, guys. The Stein of Power is going to tell me what book off of my physical bookshelf that I am going to read next. Alright, so I have the winner here. Set my Stein over there. And, I'm probably going to have to put my glasses on for this so that I can read it. Oh! It's a Nancy Boys, guys! It's a Nancy Boys. So, okay. So, wait. Where is it? Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Oh, let's see. Oh, all right. A Nancy Boys. Oh, I dropped my phone. A Nancy Boys, guys. A Nancy Boys. This is one of the few Neil Gaiman books that I have not read yet. I know you're probably watching and you're like, Chaz, you're a huge Neil Gaiman fan. Why have you not read A Nancy Boys yet? I don't know. I just haven't. So, I will be reading A Nancy Boys this month. I'm so excited. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Calm down, Chaz. So, yes, that actually makes 5 books this month, but I think it's doable. I know I'd only planned to read 4 books every month, but just the way it's working out, I'm finding I have more time for reading. So I'm going to go ahead and just do 5 books this month, okay? And so that's it for my reading. Let's move on and talk about the things that I watched in January and what I'm going to be watching in February. And I'm leaving my eyes on because I've got my list right here in front of me. I want to make sure I don't miss anything, right? So I started watching Initial D with my kids. This is an anime series about street racing. And it's just a really fun series. I highly recommend it. We've stopped watching it for now because my son went back to college and I don't want to watch it without him. So we'll pick that up again eventually, but it's really good. I highly recommend Initial D. I also watched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This is the final Indiana Jones movie ever, guys. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while and I absolutely loved it. A lot of people have said how much they didn't like the movie, and I don't know why. It's Indiana Jones. There's a lot of callbacks to some of the earlier Indiana Jones movies. The adventure and action was just really, really good. It felt like an Indiana Jones movie. It gave me all the nostalgic vibes. So I loved it. And maybe I'm easy to please. I probably am. I mean, you give me a good Indiana Jones movie, I'm gonna be a happy camper. But I thought it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed myself. So that was great. I also watched Rebel Moon Part 1 on Netflix. Now, guys, you've heard everybody say how bad that movie is. It's not. I mean, it's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it wasn't terrible. I really quite enjoyed myself. Yes, it's pretty derivative from things like Star Wars and other sci-fi movies, but I mean, everything is kind of derivative nowadays with a few exceptions. So I don't know. I enjoyed Rebel Moon Part 1. I'm going to watch Rebel Moon Part 2 when it comes out, which I think is March? So yeah, I enjoyed it. We also watched the Echo series on Disney Plus. That is one of the Marvel Spotlight series or feature presentations or whatever they're calling it now. But it follows a character codenamed Echo who grew up with a really rough life. Her mom died at a young age in a car accident, and she was taken under the wing of Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, and he taught her the ropes of operating in his criminal underworld, and just a fantastic series. I quite enjoyed it. I loved the representation for Native American people in the show. That was fantastic. Daredevil made an appearance, and I'm always down for Daredevil. So I'm just, yeah, really good. I highly recommend watching Echo. We also finally finished Blue Eye Samurai. Oh man, guys, that is such a good series. You really need to be watching Blue Eye Samurai. It is not for kids. It is definitely for adults. And I mean really for adults. But it is so good. One of the better series that Netflix has put out in a while. It's really, really good. We watched the Percy Jackson series, and I really enjoyed it pretty well for the most part. There were a lot of changes, a lot of things that I was like, okay, why didn't you just do it like the books did it? One of the things that a lot of people didn't like about the movies was how far it strayed from the books, and actually the TV series strays fairly far from the books, and it feels Disney-fied in a lot of ways, but overall it was a fun series and I enjoyed it. I also continued watching Doctor Who with my daughter. We are in Jodie Whittaker's final season, and I'm just absolutely loving it. This is my first time watching season 13. I have not seen it before. So this is brand new territory for me, and I'm really quite enjoying it so far. I'm really excited to catch up and see what happens moving into the Disney era of Doctor Who. I don't know whether I should be worried about that or not, but we shall see. While my son was home, he and I continued watching Monster together. That's a serial killer anime that is just fantastic. And I'm actually going to be continuing that one in February on my own. I'm just going to go ahead and continue that without him because he's already seen it and he said it was cool to watch without him. So I'm going to continue because I really want to see what happens. I can't wait. I also finished season 5 of Downton Abbey, And so now I am moving into the final season of Downton Abbey. I will probably be finishing that in February, hopefully, and then I can watch the 2 Downton Abbey movies. And then I've heard a rumor that there may be a season 7 coming, and I'm down for it whenever it comes. And then the final series I want to talk about for February is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action version of Avatar on Netflix. I am actually really excited. I was really skeptical in the early stages when we were starting to hear things about it, especially after the original creators of the animated series left the project. I was worried, guys, but I saw the trailer and I'm feeling really good about Avatar: The Last Airbender now. I'm feeling like they're going to do it justice. A lot of the actors that they got to portray the different roles feel really good to me, and they seem to be following the original storyline pretty closely. I think it's going to be a good adaptation, guys. I mean, I'll have to wait and see, right? But I have a good feeling about it, whereas I didn't early on. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm also excited to check out the Shogun miniseries on FX, and I think it's going to be on Hulu too. So that's the new live action series adapting the book by James Clavell. I have not read the book. Maybe I will one day, but I definitely want to watch the show because that kind of thing is right up my alley. And that is all I've got for movies and TV shows, at least for right now. Who knows, I may find something new to watch. As far as Chaz and Friends goes, I had a wonderful time talking with Rebecca from Reading with Rebecca Nicole. She is a fantastic booktuber. I highly recommend you check her out. And if you have not seen my discussion with her, check that out as well. You can find it on my channel. And we just had a really great time. And I do have a playlist of all of my Chaz and Friends episodes on the channel, so you can easily find and watch other live streams that I've done. I will have a new Chaz and Friends episode coming in February, so stay tuned for more information on that. I'll be announcing it and all that good stuff. And as far as gaming goes, I really only played a couple of games this month. It was a pretty busy month. I played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I hadn't played that in months. And so I finally got back and played a little bit with that. That was fun. And I also played Super Mario Odyssey for a little bit and made some good progress on that game. So that was all I did as far as gaming this month because it was pretty busy. So I'm not going to plan any games for February. We'll just see how the dice rolls. Pun intended. And I'll let you guys know next month when I make this update if I played any other games, okay? So that's everything that I've got to relay to you for my monthly update, with one exception. And that is my Discord channel update. And the update for that is, it is no longer just my Discord. I have been in the talks with 3 other booktubers to form a joint Discord channel. We are using my existing Discord for this joint Discord channel, so if you have the link or you're a member of the Discord, there's nothing else you need to do. You can still use that link. It will still get you to the Discord. But it is now jointly owned between myself, Danielle over at Bookcara, Alyssa at Into the Heartwild, and Drew from Drew's Book Reviews. And I am so happy to have them join me in this endeavor. I think it's going to be a much better way to run a Discord. And we've made quite a few changes to the Discord. So if you have not been keeping up with that, or if you haven't joined the Discord yet, make sure you do that. We are renaming it from the Book Dragons Discord to the Dragon's Den Discord. So a little name change there, and there's several other changes that have been made to make the Discord more manageable, make it flow better, keep it simpler. So go ahead and go check that out. The link can be found on my link tree. You can find that link in the description below. And also the link tree QR code is here as well that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You can scan that and find the Discord there as well, okay? I'm really excited about this change. I hope you guys are as well. And make sure, if you guys have not checked out those channels that I mentioned that are joining me for this joint effort, make sure you check them out, give them some love, and I'm just so excited for the future of the Discord channel. So this has been pretty scattered. Thank you for sticking with me this entire time, and I am just so excited for what February holds. Let me know in the comments below how your January was, what did you do, what did you read, and what do you have planned for February. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.